Hey, bud. How's it going? Hey? Alrighty. What is our plan? I'm still mixed on this roof. I'm going to go dig around outside. We need two things, because I haven't been successful trying to make my panels. Gonna go out, check a couple car roofs. I know we have some stuck in the snow. I think I still have a Pontiac where I've cut some out of the roof. So I'm gonna do some quick measurements here, see how much we need for the roof, and then how much if I have left over, if there's enough that maybe it's got the right shape to do this trunk. That would be awesome. The big thing, like I say, with the roof we're trying to deal with is this bulge back here. So I think we could maybe just pie cut along here and then kind of bring the back of the roof down, level it out a bit. But I'm not 100% if I dig my top. So I don't know. We'll go outside. We'll see what we got. Cut some junk up. See if we can repurpose it on here. That would be awesome. Anyways, I'm going to grab a pair of gloves, and I'm sure Pablo's going to come follow me. And then we're going to start doing some measuring. Maybe bring my grinder. We'll cut some stuff up. Sound like a plan, bud? Or are you just going to sit there pouting? All right, folks. We are pretty equipped here. We got a grinder. We got a snow brush. Pablo dancing. We're not going inside though, bud. No. I got a pocket full of zip cuts. And we're gonna go cut a roof off some. I have some random roofs, but they're kind of frozen to the ground, so hopefully it's not too windy right now. I feel a breeze, which might be bad for you folks with the microphone. All right, I spotted this one from the house, so I am thinking this is my victim. There's snow on it, so that tells me there's still a roof. How much is usable, I don't know. Well, I forgot my tape measure, but I'm pretty sure it's going to work. One coupe roof. And possibly a trunk lid. Kind of like that. I gotta first see if that'll work for my trunk lid. Sort of seems right. We'll line that up, we'll trim it off, and go from there. make a quick little scratch here. Really relevant to anything other than I feel the upper part would work better on the bottom. Either way, I want to do a cut. Hopefully there's enough roof that I can do the top of the car as well. Weird. I guess there was a fuel filler over there. Okay. Let's zip cut some stuff. All right, I think this chunk of the roof is going to work for the roof. Not sure how yet, but we won't focus too much on it, but it's just weird. You get the illusion if I do that, the roof looks a little flatter. I think that looks nicer. Anywho, the trunk. So we got our other half of the roof skin on there. It fits pretty good. Like from this angle, it flows and it looks right, but it looks a little flat in the middle. That's kind of the problem we're having, flat middle problems. So I don't want to play with it anymore. I did it with some overlap everywhere. So we got, a good inch all around. I'm not sure where we're going yet with this, but I think the plan is I'm going to build an inner structure first, because maybe it'll give this panel a little, just enough bow that it needs. Maybe it won't. I don't know. We might have to wheel it. Really hope I don't. I'm not very good at it. And it's a big panel to screw up. So hoping we can just get some more of the natural shape once we build a frame inside of there for it. I don't know what I'm using yet. I'm thinking maybe I got some 1/2 inch square stock. So maybe I have enough that I can kind of do the old, like we can kind of bend it to shape, and then we'll try to give it a little bit of crown in the middle, and then lay this on top, and I don't know, hopefully it works. We'll find out. And then we'll come back and visit this. We'll cut a big chunk out of the roof. And I'm thinking what's gonna happen is I'm just gonna, basically what I put on, I don't know if I'm just gonna cut this off, and then we'll come back around here, get rid of all this lead stuff. I think, yeah, I'm not sure. The big thing is this needs to come flat. So what we might have to do here is just blindly cut the roof like this, and then see if this will kind of come in and lay a little flatter, and then we can slowly keep trimming away till everything just works. I think that's my plan for that part. But we'll focus on this for now till I get bored, and then we'll play with the roof a bit. I don't know, it's kind of a coin toss what I work with first. Yeah, like when you lift it, it's got just about the perfect, I don't know if you can see on film though. When I lift it, it almost seems like it gets just a nice amount of crown that it needs. Maybe if I turn it around, this round bit, this has got a little bit of a curve this way, because this is the front brow off the car. Maybe if I put it to the top, it would force the lid to have a little more bowness to it. I don't know. I guess we can try that. See if that works, but usually if that'll stay in place for me. I'm thinking not. Ooh, that almost looks better. Let me tack this in and then I'll bring you right back. I don't know. I almost like the top, but it almost comes up a little too much. It kind of has a nice flow, but then it flattens out. So it might work if we do build that inner structure part. Overall, it's okay. Like the lid's got to have, you know, gap all around. There's some damage here, so we're going to have to address this first. Like kind of get that squared out, and whatever happened with this cut and stuff, try to bring it to what it's supposed to be. We'll kind of match this side up, and then we'll see if we can bring this corner up to where it should be, because this side, it's not bad. Like it's really not bad. It just starts nice and then it gets too flat. The rest of the car has a bit of a round to it, so if we keep flowing that, I think we can get it without actually having to do any shape, because I think there's enough shape in the panel. It needs to be told where to go. I'm thinking. Well, I guess we gotta start. All right, I'm gonna go grab some steel and let's start building an inner frame. Well, this is not working the way I thought. We got some structure underneath there. We've seen we did that. We kind of spaced them a foot apart. I don't know. There'll probably be a lot more in there, but for now, I ended up flipping it because at the bottom, this just seems to, the brow of the hood or the roof line just seems to have a better tip off. Like it just flows better this way. But unfortunately, it's still flat in the middle. I tried welding something to shim it to make it bigger, but it's just, there's not enough roundness in the middle. So if you push this to what should be right, and I think, well, that's not even that, like the sides are kind of okay. It's kind of hard to explain this, but I basically can tell we're gonna have to bead rule a little bit of the middle of this panel just to dome it a little bit. The sides will just work if there's a little more material stretched out in the middle. I don't really know where other than to grab a straight edge, kind of run across, and then we'll kind of mark out an area that we just gotta, I'm gonna try to go super, super slow and just do a single pass one way, the other way, just to get a bit of a dome. Hopefully I don't need a lot. It's, I don't know. You probably can't see on film, but it's like I say, it starts okay and then it seems to flatten out, and it might not notice, but it's just, I feel the whole car has a little bit of a roundness to it, so people probably wouldn't notice, but I want to try, see if I can get that a little better in the middle. We won't try terribly hard, but I'm feeling this brace I made underneath here, if I can get my light on for you, that brace in the middle, it's when it touches down, it doesn't quite touch in the middle, so it's kind of needed a little more crown. That said, I did that, it went up, and then it made the sides really wobbly, so I'm gonna try to first work the middle of this panel. Oh, with any luck, we'll get it. Like, I like where it's going, just needs a little bit of something. So we'll try to be smart about this and see if we can figure this out. Cool. We are slowly getting there. You can see it's, well, you can't see maybe, but when I'm running the straight edge, it's almost got the right, you know, just a slight bit of dome. I'm happy with that. I think I need a little more. We're probably going to do one more pass in my circle. I think I got the center up about right. We just got to smooth it a bit. But I think I got to do one more pass in here. Maybe a little more up here and into this corner, because you can see there's still too low in those spots. These sides should probably pull down. So we're gonna go that circle around. I think we'll work up to the edge a little bit because this side, there's still, like when I step on that, it wants to do that. So we just need a little more. I'm gonna run back and forth to the wheel a bunch of times here. I'll save you the grief of watching me run back and forth, but I am, it's getting good, getting better. I mean, I got plenty of time to screw it up yet, but I think I'm just gonna go slow, do about 100 times to there, back here, just kind of not overdo it. That's what I tend to do and find I do very easily. But I think we just slowly, I think Carl was mentioning, you have to just start in the middle, like start in the middle and then work your way out. So I'm trying to get my center up a little bit, and then I'll keep working around so I can slowly get the whole dome going. But I know at the edges, I don't need to bend that. I don't need it to be sharp. It should stay, I want it to be pretty flat. So I don't know. I will keep experimenting and I'll let you know if this works. I feel like I'm getting pretty close though. We're slowly winning this battle. If I can get that thing, it just doesn't look so flat anymore. There's a bit of a dome to it, so I'm pretty happy with that. Crown, dome, I don't know what's the proper term for it, but we'll get her. We'll get her. Well, I'm pretty happy with that. We got a little bit up here, but I think we can just shrink, like with a stretcher shrinker, to do this edge. That's pretty good. All these edges will be okay. I don't know how crazy. I'm not gonna go too much more because I know I will somehow overdo it. It's not flat. It has a decent, it's got some shape to it. I think from here up, it's okay. The inside, like I made the bars, but it doesn't really seem to be contacting those. So we'll have to tweak the inside, I guess. Well, you can see inside, it is contacting it. I don't know if it just needed more bow or not. Like this upper one is contact, the second one, the lower one, I think. Yeah, it's a little tall there. But here it's touching pretty much all the way across. Same up here. This one's doing pretty good too. So, I don't know. I'm pretty happy with that. I need to get some steel though, because all I have is this 1x1, and I think I want to run the perimeter of this thing with angle iron, to which I will either fold the lip or I'll weld the whole edge. I don't think I'm comfortable enough because of this bend, actually trying to fold it over something. So I think I'm going to, well, I could do it with, could I do it with sheet metal? Now I think I'm going to get some small angle iron, and we're going to build a frame out of angle iron all the way around. That way it's just strong. We can tie in the middle, that 1x1, but once we add some bracing, it should be uber strong and we can hinge off of it and it should be okay. I don't know. We'll see how it goes, but I might do 1-inch angle just so it fits in the groove or just over the groove. I don't know for sure yet. Anyways, we'll worry about that another day. It at least Kind of looks the part now. Pretty happy with that. I think right now I'm going to do is we'll just kind of destroy my roof and try to fit that one onto it. I don't really know how I'm going about to this, other than I think I'll, yeah, I don't know. Let's start by, as much as I don't want to, cut out that inner structure, but I guess I got that 1/2-inch pipe square tubing I can put into there after. So maybe we'll slice that. I'll come just in front of here. We'll cut this thing out. We'll cut out. We'll come back here. Yeah, we'll just... let's just do... I don't know how big that back window is. That's the problem. But I think I'll come back here. We'll come... whatever. We'll zing just under our weld that we did here. Because I think that new roof needs to come down a lot. So we'll kind of do that. I'm sure there's something around here we're going to have to cut, but I need to loosen the top off, and maybe we'll do a pie. I don't even know. We'll make it up as we go. I don't really have a game plan right now. All I know is I just want this part of the roof to come back level. So if the roof line's here, I want this much of the bulk to come out of here. So we could maybe do it with this roof, but I may as well fix all of this, make one nice piece. That way, hopefully I don't have to do any body work in the middle. It'll just be on the curvy sides, which is like a win if we can do that. Yeah, let's just do it. It should be that easy. Well now, that is a much more pleasing roof line. I like it. It's got some slope, but not a lot of slope. For the most part, the back window, like it's less bulgy. I like it. I know it looks like I just stuck a toupee on my car, but this overall is working good. I'm not sure how these pieces are going to transition yet. I'm thinking I got to cut more, and then I can kind of just let the roof relax a bit, but I'm not I'm not exactly sure how we tackle that one. And then these pieces, if we do this, it does that. But we got a bunch. We don't have to remove as much inside of here. Like we could cut this higher up. That would relieve the roof because we made the cut up here somewhere. So if I cut over here, this roof line will probably work okay. Granted, there's still a bunch of buggery in there, but whatever. Overall, we want to get this tacked. Maybe we'll slice up there down, tack that in, tack the nose, and then we'll try to figure this part out so we can get it to do what it's supposed to do. Overall, I'm digging it. Oh yeah. That is going to look way more cooler. I mean, I didn't mind the bulge, but it does look so much better now. Kind of hard. Once we got her stitched, it'll make way more sense here, but overall, I'm liking it. It's just got a nicer roll into the roof here. It's not buggered up. It's not screwed up to the nines. See if we can have a look-see inside here. If I can ever get this stinking light to work. So we're going around. See here. I don't know how bad that transition would be in there. It'd be pretty bad. But I think if we brought it down more, if we cut more out of the bottom, this might work. Like most of this might lay down nice. See how the roof just has a nice transition over, and I've been struggling with that? I just wonder if I take more of that roof line out, this thing might want to play ball into there. I'm not sure how bad that'll screw up the back part here, but this does need maybe a little relief cut or a couple, just so I can push this panel down and try to get it to go where I want it to go. Hopefully it would do that. I don't know. I guess all we can do is try, right? For up, I do want to remove some there because I think this roof wants to play nice. At least this side, I think does. Other than it wants to screw up over there. Well, you know what? We can cut out a chunk of it, see what happens. If I screw up, we can weld that piece back in. That's not the end of the world. Yeah, I guess all we can do is just start cutting and hacking stuff till this thing starts doing what I want. Because I don't think this front's going to play ball. That's just not. That is probably going to need some kind of a cut. That I can just tell. Like this wants to, but somewhere in this range, it's not going to play nice. So right where I wanted to fix it with all that lead junk. Oh well. We'll see. Maybe I'll just do a slice in it, and then we can kind of just work it and make it look nice. All right. Well, we'll continue cutting away here. See if we can get this tacked in. right, that fits pretty nice now. Overall, we're pretty good. I like the roof line. We just kept cutting. We're trying to do a whole bunch of relief cuts because this didn't want to cooperate before. Now, when I put it, it's nice. Perfect for like a cut and butt. So what I think I'm going to do, we're going to kick out this lead. There's lead in here. We're basically going to weld this part of the roof on around here. Because I struggled so much with this side, when I do this, if you see here, we got too much metal and it's like bulging out here. But I'll come in, cut and butt this part. We're going to leave this roundy bit. We'll see if I can just fix it. But if I have to, I can cut it out because I'm really good at making overshaped things like really round. So that part's probably easy for me. Whereas these mild crowns I kind of struggle with. So crowns or highs or roundiness. I don't know the proper term for it. So even here, every time I was trying to push before, it just didn't really want to go, but we just had to keep cutting more and more material out from behind it. So I don't remember which one this was. So this, I had a piece this big behind here, and it was holding the roof up here. So whenever you try to push down, it was just fighting it. But once you took it all, almost everything away, I left like an inch overlap. So when I cut, we can peel that out after. But now we can go down. We'll be able to flush weld, and like I say, I'm going to flush weld down to here, and we'll try to do this as far back as I can, that it's still, which only looks like I'll probably get about that far, but that's fine. Hopefully then this roof line just looks flat here, and then we can kind of try to work on making this roundness in the back. I don't think there's too much. This side looks a little worse than the other for some reason, but it's probably because I have more material in there. We'll see. We'll cut and butt everything up to a certain point, and then I'll bring him in and we'll try to figure out what the heck we're going to do. Because I'm definitely not sure. We'll see. We'll figure it out. It's all good. Oh, look at that roof line. It's a little, used to looking at it the other way. It looks nice and pancake now. Got a super nice look. I dig it. Much more streamlined. Much, much better. So we did the cut and butt dealio, you know. I don't know if you guys, well, you've probably seen it. If not, Fitzy's got a good talk about it too. But when you run the zip cut, if you run it straight up and down, you're going to end up with a much bigger gap, and you're going to hate welding that. I'm guilty of it a lot of time. But if you come in at an angle, go 45 or whatever, your metal will butt up almost perfect. Versus like here, right here, I kind of went straight up and down and goofed. So that just makes for a lot of work for a feller. Anywho, we came in, cut, ended up taking this much out. Seen me do this. I don't even know why I did that, because I just did this as a relief cut. But problem is, when it got to the top of the roof, it wanted to kink still. Like it still wanted to, when you were pushing this stuff around. I seen Cornfield, he's got a YouTube channel, Cornfield Customs. He does this with a Model A. I don't know where, I think it was on the Ham or it was one of the websites somewhere. I remember seeing him do that. And I don't really know why I did this, but it sort of made sense. I did this and I figured when I pushed this, but it still wanted to do some weirdness. So we came down a little bit. And then once I got everything walked into place, I started laying this thing down and it was working not too bad. Sometimes you see me weld it up just to cut it again, and I kind of weld it to get things into position. And then I don't have enough room because up here it was overlapping again. So I basically zip cut again to make some room, and things just kind of shift, do their thing. We get our hammer dolly, kind of go in between, kind of bang them. Everything feels, it's okay. It's not perfect, but there's no denying that there's going to be some Bondo on this car. So we kind of did what I did here. I think I could planish it. I think it can get a little better. Needs a little bit of work here. Feels a little high, but other than that, overall, it's really good. I like it. So hopefully I can kind of, I don't know why I did the driver's side first, but it turned out really well. So now all we can do is hope we get the other side. See, look at that. The roof line, that's so much nicer than it was. So happy I did that. So much better. This one will be kind of the same dealio. I don't know if it'll be as bad. Got one little dent I missed. A little dent right there. Anyways, I guess I'm gonna grab a bite to eat, and then when I come back, we're gonna finish this sucker up. At least get it tacked in. That's the plan. Got to get it at least that far and call her done for now. A lot of work. right, we got this side all buzzed up. Not sure if I still got to do a couple more slices in here. I don't know if I like this profile yet. But we got Ryder back out again. He's welding the roof this time. So we got to do... Didn't think I would get it just tacked in by the end of this video, but he's here, so we might actually have the whole roof welded in for the end of this one. We got our trunk pan out, but we still got to go get some steel to do all kinds of stuff. So there's our trunk skin sitting there. Anyways, I was doing a little bit of welding, but my other welder has the bigger wire, and that's just brutal to weld with. So we'll let him get his welding practice on. Alrighty, that looks awesome. I like it. So we got managed to get the lid welded. Ryder did an awesome job. He got pretty much everything. I hit up the little corners and a few things, but he got the big front part and the back and most of the sides all done. So he's getting good at that. Oh man. Anyways, at least we got the roof done. Like, you can see what I was going for with the different profile. Like, you can just see what we were trying to do there. Hey, isn't that roof line so much nicer? I like the back. The back has a nicer flow. It looked more square. Now it's the way it's pancaked. It just looks. I like it. Once it's like one color or something, it'll look great. Like, as small as this car is now, it still looks like a big car. Like, this trunk looks huge, and there's still missing some stuff on the bottom. So, yeah, I don't know. I'm pretty happy. Yeah, you see me going through a lot of zip discs. Some folks comment that they were paying attention. They look like I use a lot of zip cuts, but a lot of time when I can, I kind of use all the small little ones that I have. So you kind of have this stuff. They don't last very long, so just doing the roof looks like I went through a lot. But I kind of still even save these because I have like a die grinder, and I just made an end for it. Like, I just machined a piece of brass or something that has the same diameter as these, so then I can use these little ones yet with the air tool. So these still stick around because on here that's still a lot of meat to do whatever random cutting. Anyways, I think that's where we're gonna leave this one. I'm pretty happy with the progress here so far. It'll be better yet when I can manage to get to the store and we'll get some stuff for the trunk here. so we can finish this sucker up. That would be super nice. Anyways, like I was saying, I want to thank you folks for watching, and we will catch you on the next one. Right, buddy? Next one. Finish the trunk up. Probably have to get some steel to do some frame yet, eh? That's we're getting close to that too. Anyways, again, thanks for watching. We'll catch you on the next one. Later.